Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. It's Wednesday, November 23rd. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that your family is doing well also. Listen, thank you all so much for continuing to support the channel right here on Andrea Speaks TV. I appreciate each and every one of you. Listen, right here on the channel, we talk about a lot of different topics, right? We talk about food shortages, water shortages, the need to have our emergency food supply, and our survival needs, and even right here on the channel. Hello, everyone who's tuning in. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, please say hello in the chat. Let me know that you're tuned in. You can also comment where you're watching from. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Listen, right here on the channel, we've also talked about unusual weather patterns. And so I want to talk to you just briefly about what's happening in New York and Buffalo, specifically, as other parts of, I believe it's Western New York. And I want to talk about the aftermath. I want to show you some photos on the aftermath of the massive snowfall in the Buffalo area. Okay, please comment. Were you all aware that this snowstorm is currently going on in Buffalo? Have you all heard about it in the news? Have you seen pictures? Well, if you haven't, I want to bring you some information on this. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my screen with you, and I'll scroll and I'll show you some pictures. Now, this article comes from NPR. NPR is a news source, and as you can see, actually, let me take myself out of the screen. You'll actually be able to see me, but you won't be able to see my icon there. Okay. All right. So as you can see, there's a picture of a person who's shoveling snow. Okay. Obviously, we can see that it is a big mound of snow. Okay. All right, y'all. So according to NPR, that's npr.org, the article says that residents in Western New York are digging out after a massive winter storm passed through the region, dropping more than 6 feet of snow, y'all, in some areas. Did you all hear what I said? Dropping more than 6 feet of snow. Okay. Think about how much snow that is. Think about how tall you are, right? Now, I'm not 6 feet tall, but I could just imagine standing up and having snow like taller than me. That's a lot of snow, y'all. Okay. All right. Now, the article continues by saying that the city of Buffalo set a record for daily snowfall with 16.1 inches by Saturday morning. The previous record, according to NPR, was 7.6 inches. The National Weather Service tweeted Sunday morning that the, and I quote, heavy snow is finally done in the Buffalo metro area, but there will be areas of blowing snow today. NPR member station WBFO reports some winter weather advisories remain in place until 10 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Now, the National Weather Service said the heaviest lake effect snow will come off of Lake Ontario into Sunday night, with some snowfall rates of 3 inches per hour. Okay. The governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, on Saturday called the storm, and I quote, one for the record books. Okay. She said the state would submit an emergency declaration request to get support from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Okay. And I believe that at the time of me reporting this article on Wednesday, November 23rd, I believe that has already been, that request has already been granted by our current administration. Okay. Now, the article says there were 88 automobile crashes reported as of Sunday afternoon. And only 280 people who needed rescue because most had complied with travel bans. Most had complied with travel bans put in place, Hochul said. Okay, so they were even encouraging what appears to be a semi truck, and in the caption it says abandoned trucks block lanes along Route 20 after an intense lake effect snowstorm impacted the area on Saturday in Hamburg, New York. Okay, you all let me know your thoughts on this news. Okay. The governor of New York also thanked everyone who, and I quote, rolled up their sleeves to help out, calling Western New Yorkers resilient. Okay. Hochul also said that because of effective planning, and I quote, she said, we were able to avert many tragedies. Okay, now that sounds like a good thing, right? She said, this was your Super Bowl, and I want to tell you, you won. Okay. All right, let's continue on. We can see it says the National Guard loader clears a road after an intense lake effect snowstorm impacted the area on Sunday in Hamburg, New York. Lots and lots of snow, you guys. Lots and lots of snow. Let's continue on. You can see there looks like a resident who's using a snowblower to dig out after an intense lake effect snowstorm that hit western New York. All right, so you can see the person there who's using the snowblower, I'm sorry. Okay, here's another photo. New cars are shown buried under snow after the snowstorm. And you can't even really, I can't even make out that there are cars there. Can you all see that? I cannot make that out at all. Okay, thank you to everyone who's tuned in now watching. Welcome to the channel. I want to take a moment to welcome all of my new subscribers to the channel, as well as thank my existing subscribers. Thank you all so much. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm here in Great Georgia, where we are actually coming up in the runoff election. I believe early voting. Thank you so much to everyone to tune in. And Ari's last major snowfall, the article says, took place 8 years ago when another lake effect snow than 5 feet of snow. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. So in the 2014 storm, when road clearing efforts were stalled by abandoned cars, he said the travel bans put in place this was really since the snow started, with the largest snowfall ever recorded in New York State history in a 24-hour period. Okay. And I apologize if for some reason it may be freezing. You all let me know. Are you able to hear me and see me clearly, everyone who's tuned in? Can you please let me know if the screen is stopping? All right. The picture on the screen, you can see that there is a resident who's using an ATV, okay, to dig out after an intense snowstorm. Another photo, you can see what appears to be a dog, okay, a Norwegian elk hound playing in the snow. Okay, here's another person crossing Ellicott Street as snow falls. That picture was taken Friday, November the 18th. The caption says, and those are all of the photos. Okay, so again, I'm coming on to discuss the crisis in New York, the massive snowfall that hit Buffalo and other parts of Western New York. If you have any insight into this story, please feel free to share your thoughts or your insight in the comments. My thoughts and prayers are with the residents of this particular area. I pray that you're able to get all of the things that you need. I pray that you and your family are safe, that you're able to stay warm. Okay, now, as a reminder for all of us, I don't know how much warning in advance the people of this great state of New York in the area had to know that the snowstorm was coming. I do know that they are used to snow in this particular area, but maybe not as much in such a short amount of time. So the thing that I want people like you and I to think about is, if something, let's say, bizarre or catastrophic would happen in your area, such as a snowstorm or any type of natural disaster, do you have the things in your home, okay, that are necessary for your survival? Do you have an emergency food supply? Do you have your survival needs? Okay. If not, those are things that you need to be thinking about. And I would suggest, I can't tell you what to do, but I would suggest that you get a plan together based on what you think is best for you and your family. Okay. I talk about all of these topics right here on the channel. So again, I want to thank you so much for subscribing to Andrea Speaks TV. Please leave a comment in the chat. Let me know your thoughts on this topic. If you are a subscriber supporter, or you're watching this video and you are in the Buffalo area, again, my thoughts and prayers are with you. Please feel free to comment what you're seeing below if you are right there on the ground in the area. Again, y'all, we have to be prepared. Even though this person is walking along the streets, we don't know if many stores are closed. I've never been to this area in person. I have been to New York. However, it was not in the wintertime. But from my understanding, there, um, based on, the amount of snowfall, they are still able to continue life, school, work, businesses as usual. But in this particular case, where there's so much, just a record number of snowfall, it sounds like a lot of places may have closed. And so, again, y'all, like I said before, I just said this yesterday, all it takes is just one crisis or one catastrophe to cause people to realize, hey, I'm in a situation now where I didn't expect to be in there, and you may or may not be prepared. So again, y'all, make sure you get your emergency food supply, your survival needs. Okay. If you would like to visit my website, I do have it on the screen. You can get your emergency food supply and your survival needs at preparewithandrea.com. Since it is the week of Black Friday, there are some sales on the site. You may want to check it out. And also, if you're on Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram at Andrea Speaks TV. All right, y'all. So this has been another episode of Andrea Speaks TV. Thank you again so much for supporting the channel. And I'll see you all right back here in another video. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.